you're telling Nigerians, Alhaji. I understand what you have explained, but again, Nigerians, we want to, they need a change, and you campaigned with that, and you got the power in that, and a lot of people are not patient any longer because things are not as easy as some of the government officials would think they are. Nigerians are suffering. They want to get the benefit of government and democracy that they have voted for. And for example, you said that your party has said that 100,000 at least an extra 100,000 police officers are going to be employed. You guarantee free education. Do you think that these things are realistic?
We guaranteed 100,000 extra policemen, not in 1 year. And I'm aware already that the president has given the approval for the employment of 10,000 policemen. That was as far back as about, probably 6 months ago. Now, we'll get there. But the important thing is to appreciate that we are also in a completely different situation from that which we envisaged, which is that we did not, in our widest dream, think that, the price of crude will crash from $100 to $30. But this on its own is only a challenge. We faced similar things before, and we should, what I would prefer you to focus on is what is the government doing in spite of this. See, what we decided to do is that we have decided to ensure that we bring about policies that would compensate for the loss of revenue from the fall of the price in crude oil. And this probably accounts for why the situation is not even as bad as it ought to be. You see, by introducing the Treasury single account, for instance, we've been able to block a lot of, leakages. Now, only this month, we're able to detect 23,000 ghost workers. And that is something between about 3 billion naira monthly in form of salaries. Now, we are in the process of reforming the entire petroleum, industry. And by the time our reform is completed, we would not feel so much the impact of this drop in crude. So this is areas I think you should look into.
Because a lot of Nigerians, so we're looking into all of these areas, Honorable Minister. But one thing, Nigerians, you seem to have a manifesto before you came into government that is very robust, and which a lot of, in a lot of sense, gave a lot of Nigerians hope about this country, and gave your party the chance to even getting a shot at coming to government. But this time around, Nigerians want to hold you responsible. And some people have asked, does your government really even have an economic direction? Because we seem not to have gotten that. Do you have an economic team ready?
Absolutely.
Who are these in the team?
It's led by the Vice President, and it includes the Minister for Finance, includes the Minister for Budget and Planning, to include the Minister for Trade, Industry and Investment. It includes the Central Bank Governor. It includes the Minister of Petroleum Resources. Of course, we do have an economic direction, and an economy is very, very focused and very simple. And one of the major economic focus of this administration is to ensure that by the end of this year, we would have achieved import substitution in many areas. By the end of this year, we would have raised production of power to over 7,000 megawatts. That by the end of
2016.
2016, yep.
We are currently even below 4,000 megawatts.
You see,
so almost double of what we consume right now.
That's our goal. That by the end of 2016.
A goal or a promise?
Well, call it what you want. You see, but you see, don't even forget that today the government is not in charge of generating power.
But it's in charge of controlling and regulating it.
Exactly. So we are providing the enabling environment for the GENCOs to achieve 7,000 megawatts by 2016 December. We are providing the enabling environment to ensure that when this power is generated, it will be distributed. When it's generated, it will be transmitted. You see, the days of NEPA, those days are gone, where government generated, distributed, and transmitted. Even transmission today is in the hands of a contractor. Has been contracted out. But these are our goals.
Honorable Minister, before we close the show, the railway between Kaduna and Abuja will soon be activated and probably launched by the President, Muhammadu Buhari. But then that was an initiative of the Jonathan government, which your party has keyed into. Could you give any credits to the last government in terms of their performance that you are enjoying right now?
Sure. Government is a continuum.
Oh, it's interesting, like Mohammed, that you just said that.
Just listen. You see, how much do you think is needed to complete that project now? You don't even have an idea.
But it was almost at the completion stage.
No, it's not.
Before you assumed office.
You see, I will not. I won't take away from whatever the past government has done, and that is not what this government is about. And that is why our focus is to complete all abandoned or ongoing projects by the past administration. We're not even starting new ones because it will be a waste of money to do so. Nigerians are not interested on who provides these rails. They're interested, let the rails work. So trying to ask whether, oh, you are going to give credit to one government or the other, I think is completely irrelevant. Right. What is important that this government recognizes that government is a continuum, and that you do not, just because you're a new government, abandon what your predecessor has started. This is what you see in everything we're doing. We are putting emphasis on the Lagos-Ibadan Express. We didn't start it. Or are we now going to say because the other administration started it, we're not going to start our own?
All right, we will go now. The coach of the Super Eagles, Sunday Olise, left. I know that's that spot. But a lot of Nigerian workers are not paid. One of the complaints of Sunday Olise is the non-payment of his staff and himself.
You see, Sunday Olise was a staff of the NFF. And like I tell you, we do not micromanage every ministry or every department. If Sunday Olise was not paid, I think it's between the NFF and Sunday Olise. It's not between Sunday Olise and the federal government. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, Honorable Minister, for information, for your thoughts on so many issues, from anti-corruption fight to economic issue to security and all of that. And many thanks to you too for being with us. And that's it on the program for today. Many thanks for being such a great company. On behalf of the team here at Channels Television, headquarters in Lagos, I'm Sean Wakimale. Bye for now.